The US has seized its first Venezuelan tanker, and now Washington is preparing to take more. A target list is drawn, forces are watching the Caribbean, and Maduro is denouncing pirates of the Caribbean-style aggression. Oil shipments stall, Colombia warns of escalation, and Russia rushes to Venezuela's side. A regional standoff is forming, and every vessel entering open water may become the next flashpoint. According to a Reuters report, Washington is preparing to intercept more vessels carrying Venezuelan oil following the first seizure of a tanker off the nation's coast. The operation marks an aggressive shift in strategy against Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro as the Trump administration tightens its grip on Caribbean waters. Reportedly, according to sources from the Justice Department and Homeland Security, US authorities have assembled a target list of sanctioned tankers, with planning underway for months. The seizure of the vessel skipper has already sent shockwaves through the shadow fleet that moves sanctioned oil to China and other nations. At least 3 freshly loaded shipments totaling nearly 6 million barrels of Venezuela's Merey crude have been suspended, with tankers now waiting off the Venezuelan coast rather than sailing to Asian buyers. White House spokeswoman Caroline Leavitt made clear the administration would not tolerate what it terms black market operations.
I won't broadcast any future actions from the administration, but I will just reiterate that the Trump administration is executing on the president's sanction policies and the sanction policies of the United States. And we're not going to stand by and watch sanctioned vessels sail the seas with black market oil, the proceeds of which will fuel narco-terrorism of rogue and illegitimate regimes around the world.
The timing of further seizures depends partly on arranging ports willing to receive the aging, poorly insured vessels that dominate the shadow fleet. US forces are monitoring tankers at sea and in Venezuelan ports, sources said, waiting for them to enter international waters before taking action. Caracas reacted with fury. Maduro condemned what he called a military assault on a civilian merchant vessel, describing the operation as criminal piracy that has ushered in a new era in the Caribbean.
They committed an absolutely criminal and illegal act when they proceeded to carry out a military assault, kidnapping, and robbery like Pirates of the Caribbean on a private civilian commercial merchant ship. A ship of peace that was assaulted almost as it was reaching the Atlantic.
Maduro claimed the crew's whereabouts remain unknown and said his government would pursue all necessary legal and diplomatic actions to protect Venezuelan oil shipments. Colombian President Gustavo Petro also warned of dangerous escalation, drawing parallels between the Caribbean situation and conflict in Gaza. Speaking at the Second Western Caribbean People's Summit, Petro accused Washington of prioritizing control over genuine counter-narcotics work.
I told Trump, brother, you are teaming up with drug traffickers. You are even pardoning them. And instead, you are attacking the ones who could actually help you if your real goal were to defeat drug trafficking. Who knows the Caribbean better than we do? Who knows Colombia better than Colombian men and women? Who is better than Colombia at seizing hundreds of tons of cocaine without killing anyone? But that is not what they care about. What they want is control of the Caribbean.
Petro went further, calling the seizure of oil piracy and suggesting it reveals the true motivation behind American military action in the region.
So we are in a second scenario after Gaza, the Caribbean. 100 dead already, and it could be thousands if they unleash an invasion. They say I am defending a dictatorship. But what I defend and want to defend is life in the Caribbean and the humanity that lives there.
The confrontation has drawn Russia deeper into the crisis. President Vladimir Putin telephoned Maduro on December 11th in a show of solidarity that underscores Moscow's determination to support Venezuela against what it terms growing external pressure. According to the Kremlin, Putin reaffirmed backing for Maduro's government and its efforts to protect national sovereignty and regional peace. The call came as Maduro revealed 19 new cooperation agreements signed between the two nations covering science, technology, health, agriculture, industry, and energy. Maduro praised the Russian leader's support and used the call to urge Americans to restrain what he called extremist and warmongering sectors in Washington.
Today I received a phone call in Russian. I had a long conversation with our elder brother, brave friend, the President of Russia, Vladimir Putin, who asked me to pass on a message to the people of Venezuela. He told me this, Padrino. Let us greet General-in-Chief Padrino, General Hernandez Lares, Major General Romero Bolivar, Major General Delio Rodriguez, General Figueira Valdez, the Bolivarian National Armed Force, the liberating army of the 21st century. I want you to know that we give unwavering support to the Venezuelan process, to President Maduro, and to your efforts to defend your national sovereignty and the peace of the entire South American region.
Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov demanded Washington explain the legal grounds for its actions. Speaking at a diplomatic roundtable in Moscow, Lavrov suggested the United States considers itself entitled to operate without international consensus.
I very much hope that the United States, despite considering itself entitled to carry out such operations, will still, out of respect for other members of the global community, somehow explain on what facts it bases such actions.